CES in Detroit. I just wanted to give a little bit of a history of who we are and how we got here, and then I will introduce our faculty who will walk through the actual presentation. Um, so let's go back 10 years. CCS was looking to expand their program offerings, and I was living a nice life in Florence, Italy, and London. I was lucky enough to share my life between the two cities, and they said there's a job in Detroit. They wanted to open a new fashion school department at College for Creative Studies. I came to Detroit, completely fell in love with the city and the college, and we launched a fashion accessories design program. And the first 4 to 5 years, we taught shoes and handbags. I felt like we needed to add apparel component to it, as we did, and that was about 4 years ago. And to be a complete fashion school, we needed to add maybe one of the most important parts of the fashion system, which is fashion business. So now we feel like we have a complete fashion ecosystem being taught at CCS, and I'm super proud with the results we have gotten with our student placements and the opportunities and all the incredible companies that come and help us to develop the program and support our students and our department. I will introduce you to the person who helped me write this program collaboratively in a moment, and she can tell you more about the collaborations. Um, the history of me and why I'm super excited about this is uh, I've been in the industry for several decades. I've been a strategic partner with many brands. I taught in Polimoda Florence in Italy, which is a Ferragamo run fashion school, a top fashion school in Italy. I taught their luxury management classes, including fashion brand management, fashion strategy, all of that. And I understood that there's a type of a student that's really good at it, that loves fashion, doesn't want to design it, loves fashion, doesn't want to make things, but wants to be involved in this super exciting world of fashion. So when I came to CCS, I understood that we need to launch something similar here in Detroit, which we just did. Now, we have taught fashion business classes for close to 10 years already, so that's not anything new for us. But the BA program is something new, and we are quite excited to launch that. So that's a little bit of the background. That's about me, and I will now introduce you to faculty. Monika Sinclair, who has an incredible wealth of experience in the field of fashion business management. And I will give the stage to her, and I will turn my camera off for the time being, but feel free to put any questions in the chat. So, Monica, are you ready?
Yes, thank you, Aki. Hello, everybody. As Aki mentioned, my name is Monika Sinclair, and I am faculty here at the College for Creative Studies. Um, what Aki and I have put together is really an incredible program that serves the student needs and the industry needs right now at this critical moment where many students are being overburdened by um, intense course loads that are almost impossible to accomplish within a 4-year degree program. Aki and I, took a look at our own experience, professional experience, as well as academic, looked at many different programs and looked at the courses we have been offering for a number of years now, and we've decided to move forward and finally launch this program, which is really well needed at this moment. So a little bit about me. I've been teaching for many years, but the heart of my experience is within the fashion industry. I've spent a good number of years, almost a decade, working for Adidas within the fashion group located in New York City, right in the heart of it. And we worked on product launches to brand launches for all of the Adidas collaborations, from Kanye West to Yohji Yamamoto to Building Y3, to collabs with Stella McCartney, Raf Simons, Rick Owens, opening ceremony, to name a few. And throughout my career, my role was in marketing, and I had overseen the marketing for North and South America for the Adidas Fashion Group division. And eventually I had left and gone over to Rick Owens, where my career there really covered expanding their footwear business and brand partnerships for Dark Shadow. Um, Eventually, I had gone on to work for a licensing company overseeing 12 different brands in men's fashion and sport and lifestyle, where I was global director of marketing at Authentic Brands Group, who now owns many, many brands, and really tackles that realm of licensing. My education has brought me from New York, teaching at FIT and NYU, to SCAD for a number of years, and eventually to the heart of Detroit, which is a city that I adore. I've been here for a number of years and working for CCS for a number of years. I do remember when Aki first came, and we talked about this dream of launching a fashion business program, and here we are. I can't tell you how excited I am to be talking to this first cohort here. And I'm going to delve into a couple of slides here that I put together for you guys, just to share with you a bit about the program, how it's structured, what it'll look like for you, and what are some kind of expectations that we have once completed and along the way. So I'll go ahead and jump right into it. Let's see here. So as I mentioned, this program is and I'm sure you guys are aware of this already, but it is a 3-year program where we've meticulously gone through every single course, looked at all of the fashion schools out there, looked at our, existing programming, and what we did was we connected with our partners, who the school already has a very good relationship with, which is who serve on our advisory board, which is the president of Hermes. She helped us fine-tune this program, as well as a head designer of Calvin Klein, and many people from LVMH, the huge conglomerate there, to Martine Rose, to a number of other major fashion organizations. So what we really asked them is, what do you expect in new hires and new candidates? What do you expect that they are skilled at, or that they know? And that was really like the heartbeat of how we built this program. So essentially it is a 90 credit program. It is, a Bachelor of Arts degree that you will earn, and it can be completed in 3 years. And our goal in mind is to require zero summer classes as well as no overloads. So really just staying true to our North Star of this is what we will complete within 3 years. So this program, as Aki mentioned, it's a component of our structure. It's a component of the fashion program that was really necessary to exist. And that's because we mirror the fashion industry within the education that we give. So just to state, a clear fact is that most roles within the fashion industry are within the business side of things. Roughly about 75% within the global fashion industry. So it is a huge, important sector that makes this industry function, that builds up really powerful brands, and supports the small mom and pop ones, as well as provides the merchandising to the products that we love to obtain. The marketing messages that we read and scroll through on our Instagram, and helps the stores function that we go and shop at. So these roles really do drive the industry forward. What's so cool and so, I guess, special about this program, which is what excites me the most, is that it is the very first 3-year degree program, 3-year bachelor degree program within fashion, that exists. And it really positions us in a in a great spot in comparison to other schools that are struggling to maintain a curriculum map of 4 years. What that means for you guys is that within those 3 years, it is carefully curated, so that as you travel through the program, you are learning the business foundations, which I'll get into in a moment in year one, to eventually delving into the creative side. If you guys are anything like myself, how I was when I was a college student was I loved and appreciated the fashion industry, but I had no idea that I could have a creative career within it. And it is for those of you who are creatives, who have a passion for this industry, and this is your sweet spot, this major. So it is an excellent blend of both creative and artistic vision, along with business acumen, to really develop strong fashion leaders. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, there are significantly more business roles over design roles, which is great potential for you as you will enter the job market in a few years. In terms of business operations, retail, there's a vast number of job opportunities, or jobs I should list, that I'll get to in a moment in my upcoming slides. But and design, it's can be quite small, but also equally as important. Our students for this program are creative thinkers, the dreamers, the career accelerators, the ones who are just ready to hit the ground running, eager to get into the industry, as well as ones who have their eye on the global industry. Having a global mindset is is very important. And that is something we'll delve into deeply within this degree program. So the way you kind of travel through this 3-year structure is you're learning the core functions, the core principles that are applied to fashion in year one. After that, you're moving more so into the creative realm where you are highly focused on blending strategy with the creative practice. Where you learn how to build up, brand strategies, marketing strategies. You look to visual merchandising. You're going to look to supply chain as well. And then you're going to go into launch into year 3, which is the industry immersion portion of the program, which is the part that, I mean, don't get me wrong, all of this excites me, but the industry immersion part is just the cherry on top of all of this. We have, as I mentioned to you guys earlier, we have these partners who are very eager for this program to start. They have been meeting with us for the past few years now as we've developed this. They are eager to collaborate, eager to do projects, and eager to have placement, hold placement for students of this program at their organizations. So that is especially exciting. So some of the elements or the core skills that are covered in year one, like I mentioned, year one is really truly about the foundation. So what are the business fundamentals? Um, you know, Sometimes people hear marketing and they think it's just banging on a calculator, and it's not that. It's so much more to it. There's such a creative aspect to it. And the principles that you guys will have a good, sound understanding of within year one will really guide you in year 2 as you develop strategies. Um, Year 2, year 2 I'll step into in a moment, but as you understand the business fundamentals, we'll go through some design thinking processes, discuss visual communication, and have you guys implement your learnings into various projects that can support you in your portfolio and support you as your skill set grows. And the key is to produce, critical thinking skills and develop critical thinking skills as we apply these fashion theories and business fundamentals to various projects. Um, Within year 2, you're going to shift more from learning to doing. You're still learning while doing, but you're going to have some more creative context to your workload here. We're going to look at some strategic skills in year 2, such as merchandising strategy, consumer behavior analysis, trend forecasting, social media marketing, creative strategy, which is fashion styling. These are just a few examples I've listed here. Brand development, retail operations, fashion finance, and industry engagement, which is the exciting part. So such as case studies, and collaborative partnerships. Right now, I currently have students working on a project for Coach, which they've developed a response to the prompt that the Coach brand had, which is develop a third space for Gen Z. And we read the prompt, and we dug in. Okay, what is a third space? What does that mean? How do we develop this for Coach? And students were able to submit their work to this international competition against many other fashion programs like London College of Fashion, FIT, and Parsons. And Every time we go for this, students tend to be placed as finalists. And not too long ago, one CCS student, actually two, have won internships out of these competitions, out of their work, which is pretty amazing. Um, so year three, we're going to see more of this integration with industry. This is going to be more so professional readiness. You'll, at the end of your studies, you'll develop a capstone project, which is a project that supports the direction you want to go into for your career, whether it be fashion event planning to brand strategist to social media manager to campaign manager, um, you know, or to supply chain management. You will focus on a project that will be kind of like this heavy lift, which should serve as a big promo piece for you to support the skill sets that you've picked up along the way over the past 3 years, by the time you get to this point. And what we intend to do is have mentorship partners and clear guidance and presentations of the final work. And it should be something that should cheerlead for you towards the end, um, along with all of the other projects that you will create along the way. Um, so one major component of year three is really focusing on leadership. We're going to look at a lot of case studies, but also practice by doing. We're going to, um, you know, I intend for you guys to do a lot of industry networking, and also a lot of thinking about what's next in terms of what your impact will be within the industry. The goal is to not produce a lot of the same of what brands are already doing, but to really use this safe space of our program to launch yourself and to be free and to think about how this industry needs to change and how will you make your mark on it. What will you do for this industry to not only one, fulfill yourself, right, in your career goals, but two, make it a better place for everybody who touches points with it. So that is especially exciting. The curriculum at a glance, really it's business core. If you break it down, 45% of it is like business core principles. Then creative integration, I say this, um, every course you will have some creative integration, but the creative heavy courses are roughly around 25%. And then industry experience, such as internship, capstone, industry collaboration, about 20%, and electives about 10. Um, these are the types of courses. These are not the types, I guess, the courses that we have identified as the most strategic and the most impactful and the most critical and necessary for you guys to have and understand. And this is, like I said, based off of like the talking to the end consumer, which is the people who will hire new graduates. All of us have come to agreement that this is the structure, and this is the skill set that would best suit you guys. So we've got we launch into Business of Fashion 1 at the beginning, the first semester, and then you will tap into Business of Fashion 2 the second semester. But all students will also take in, jumping back to semester 1, which is this fall. It will be Business of Fashion 1, Fashion Business Anthropology, Fashion Brand Management, the History of Fashion, and Composition 1. History of fashion, it is critical. I was recently at visiting somebody at Coach in their headquarters. He's a designer for accessories there. And we sat down to talk in the library at the headquarters there. And he told me how much he goes there for inspiration, along with the creatives, the marketing, the other business portions of the brand. Go and sit in this library and imagine it like a cozy coffee shop with loads of magazines and books, right? That are all from the 90s. So when I say history, um, we don't go into archaic history. It is important and it is critical that we understand that, but also we talk about important references to fashion history, especially with the 90s that have we've seen a lot of momentum at the moment. Um, and then and as well as composition one in semester one. Second semester, business of fashion two, intro to sustainability in fashion, fashion trends, digital techniques, and introduction to material culture. Any questions so far? I mean, we'll have a question spot at the end.
Yeah, and
Um,
I'm answering chat questions as well. So go ahead.
oh,
Let's go all the way to the end.
okay. Thanks, Saki. Third year, you're going to focus on visual merchandising, fashion PR, strategic marketing, fashion marketing, composition two, and visual narration. Um, Fourth semester will be product development and supply chain management, fashion buying and merchandising, digital fashion marketing practices, sponsored studio, as well as an open elective spot. And then in the final year, it will be fashion portfolio, where you'll work on all of the resume interviewing skills, and um, as well as like building out your existing portfolio that you've built along the way. Um, Fashion industry immersion, which is an internship, that is a course that will make a requirement. So that way you're earning credit by doing and being immersed in the industry and having an internship with one of our partners or another brand that you may prefer to work with. Um, and then fashion ethics and uh, corporate sustainability, extremely critical. And then fashion retail management and innovation, where we'll take a good hard look at retail environments, a humanities course, and then in the final semester, there will be fashion entrepreneurship. Um, it is not only a course that you will learn to develop a business plan in, but we also will be covering leadership skills, because every entrepreneur is essentially a leader in their own way. And we will discuss that as well, or study that as well. And then fashion thesis studio, fashion styling, um, and general education elective and open elective. So curriculum to career mapping, these are some roles that the goal is to have you suited for um, taking on some of these roles as you complete your program. So, anything from brand management to trend analyst to buyer, to working on a sales team for an existing brand, to an entrepreneur, etc. Um, this is a special slide here. The Detroit Advantage. Of the programs that exist in Michigan, I have to say CCS is incredible because we are located in the heart of Detroit, which means we have a lot of relationships with good partners from our own city. A good existing relationship with Carhartt, with Shinola, as well as with Isaac, who has just they are a textile an innovation lab that has just opened up in the Topman building where our courses are held. So being located in Detroit, being part of this transformation story of our city is especially impactful. I know myself, I did not want to come to Michigan unless I was teaching in Detroit. Um, this is where my heart is. So, properly in the city. So, um, here, there's really strong networks with our program. I've mentioned the ones externally, the some of the big luxury fashion houses that we work with, but also, it is equally important to us to work with our local connections as well, or partners, I should say. Um, a point of differentiation, you could say that you're in a way 1 year ahead, because this can be completed in 3 years. Um, we, we essentially cut out unnecessary courses to really strictly focus on what is required and what is impactful and what will be um, of the most value to you as a student, as somebody intellectually looking at this industry and launching into your career. Um, the Higher Learning Commission has approved this and accredited it, and they were extremely excited to see that we were on par with the way education is moving. And the biggest kind of, I think, emphasis on our program is that we have such a beautiful relationship with a lot of luxury brands, like Hermes, like LVMH, Coach, like I mentioned, um, the CFDA, Calvin Klein, many brands, and we, being part of um, being at CCS, it is an innovation center for thinkers, for dreamers, for those who want to pursue a career that they're passionate about, and a way to express their creative work to an industry that they care about. So um, this is a excellent way to build up business acumen and balance that artistic vision. Um, like I mentioned earlier, 75% of roles within the industry fall within the business realm. Um, we say like 25% cost savings, essentially when you compare to other four-year institutions. Um, and then also, we say 100% industry engagement, which is incredibly true. Our partners are very thrilled to get going with this. I'm about to show you guys the fashion show that was put together last year and presented last year. It was an incredibly special show because it was a celebration of the 10-year anniversary of the college, of the fashion program. And the way the school set up is uh, the design seniors present their work, their collections at the show. And one exciting opportunity for our program is that we can have full integration with fashion show production, um, setting up the show, all of everything that goes into producing a show, which I will walk you guys through. But to produce something so beautiful and give these designers, an incredible platform to show their work and celebrate their work, and to see the garments move in motion, is truly something special.
So basically, the show, we'll send you the link for the show. We just have trouble, sharing the sound, maybe for copyright reasons. But General Motors was kind enough to give us their venue in Detroit for us to hold the show. We try to find different places every year to highlight the Detroit region. The Design Dome, it's close to public space, and it was really incredible to show our international guests and jury the talent that we have. And this show, we selected one freshman to open the show, as you saw in the opening, with one beautiful black dress. And then we have a selection of sophomores and juniors. And then we have the highlight of the show is obviously the seniors and the graduates. And the point of the show is that it's like theater almost, it's like where all the things come together. And when you are in the fashion business management program, you will learn to manage all these aspects, which is model bookings, styling, help, scheduling. And, we want these students to collaborate with our design students. So we're building this bridge between the design students and the fashion management students. And the show is kind of like that highlights that. And it's always great for us to see, look back at these designers and, where they have ended up. Our placement rate, I believe, was 84%, which is very, very high. So we're super proud of this production.
Producing a show, um, from, like Aki mentioned, from model casting to hair and makeup to the run-off show to music selection to seating charts to invites to gathering assets and imagery and video, and what do you do with that content afterwards? And the beautiful thing is that with this program, you are, it is modeled after how the industry works, where business supports the designers. We support the design team in their concepts and how do we elevate it. And we will go through those motions throughout the program and throughout these courses and throughout these various productions of shows, for example. So that is quite exciting. Uh, let's see here. I did want to say that we're excited to welcome you guys. We're very excited to offer this accelerated program and provide impeccable experience in terms of industry connections, in terms of in-classroom education, and also in terms of doing and making. So with that, just wanted to say thank you. And my email address is listed right there, as well as Aki's. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask now, or if you think of it later on, feel free to reach out via email as well.
Thank you so much, Monica, for this great presentation. By the way, the previous picture looks like I have a mullet. I don't. I think it was somebody else behind me. But the last picture is Scene Magazine did a beautiful feature on us, and they put us actually in the cover of the magazine. So now we're going to open the floor for questions. I know there were already some questions on the chat, but if there's any questions, now it's time for you to ask them. And don't be afraid. We are one big happy fashion family here.